ladies and gentlemen. As always, I am Casey Halpern. Today is November 13th, 2025, and I'm thrilled to be joined by my co-host, my colleague, my friend, Ryan Bornman. Ryan, how the hell are we?
What's going on, Casey? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Aside from these technical difficulties I was experiencing backstage, I can't get my correct camera to work, so we're gonna have to use the webcam back today. So I apologize for all the viewers at home who cannot see my handsome face in beautiful 1080 PhD.
Hey, it is what it is. We've had technical difficulties a couple times, so we just got to battle through. Is what it is.
Speaking of technical difficulties, I'm sure the Jets might have quite a few tonight, but we'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, the only qualm I have is it's starting to get cold. Winter is seemingly rapidly approaching. It's been in the low 30s yesterday and Tuesday. I haven't been outside yet today, but yeah, that's my old man yelling at cloud segment of the day. How you
Yeah,
doing?
my girlfriend said it was cold out there. I also have not went outside yet today, and I don't know if I'm going to be planning on it at any point in the day until maybe later tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm going out for the Jets game, but we'll brave the elements. Hopefully we'll dress warm. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I got a basketball game, so I actually won't be watching the Jets, which is maybe a blessing. I don't know. Maybe not. They're not usually fun to watch. We'll see what we get tonight.
yeah, based on the spread, it doesn't seem likely that it will be fun to watch. But let's save that segment for after this. But before we get talking about the Week 11 games, I cannot believe it's Week 11. I can't believe it's midway through November, and we're what 10 days from Thanksgiving, 11 days. It's well, actually 2 weeks. I'm an absolute idiot. Today's Thursday. Yeah, just time is seemingly flying this football season. So let's enjoy it while we can. And before we start talking about the games, any profitable reload opportunities for the folks at home for tonight's game?
It's a little bit of slim pickings right now, Casey. Unfortunately, a lot of the reloads at this point in the year have switched over to three leg, two, three, four leg parlays, which really stinks. Um, I don't know. Some people might have a 30% boost on FanDuel that is minus for a live wager, but some people might have a regular wager. I think it's going to depend on your account. Um, we also always have, they still are running the touchdown jackpot, which is a risk-free opportunity and some big bonus bets. So that's an opportunity as well. But it is a little tougher in these weeks right now to lock in profit with some straight bets, unfortunately. Usually it kind of downticks at this time of the year and then it re-picks back up around the holiday season. You got all the promotions, everyone's home, everyone's looking to bet. So they usually kick it back up. So I think that's kind of why it's tough sledding for right now. I'm sure there's going to be a ton on Thanksgiving and then Christmas rolls around and there's going to be even more. So that's my expectation.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. I agree with you. I'm looking at the FanDuel app right now. I have the same thing as you, just kind of a SGP boost and a 25% live boost on tonight's uh, lovely game. I'm going to quickly check DraftKings before, um, but we could talk some touchdown jackpot, folks, because I have some gross ideas actually. So for
These
the
ones are
folks,
fun, man.
what?
These ones are fun. These ones are fun.
So for the folks at home, obviously, we went through this in detail the last few weeks, and we've got Ryan's made some great videos on how to maximize these every week. Check out our YouTube page for those. Like, subscribe, and comment on those. But I'm just pulling it up here. Hold on DraftKings. Yeah, there's nothing really from a boost perspective unless you're playing live bets or SGPs. But from a pure touchdown jackpot perspective, obviously it is for anyone who scores the first or last touchdown, correct?
Correct.
So, as I said, I guess we'll just start talking about tonight's game. So, it's obviously our beloved Jets against the Pats. It's in New England. The spread actually opened on Sunday night at 9. The spread is now, I believe, 13. The Jets are honestly going to be without probably their best player in Garrett Wilson, even though that probably wouldn't even make a difference because they don't throw the ball very well. As their owner Woody Johnson said so succinctly, if only they could complete a forward pass. But I have some ideas on the touchdown jackpot, folks. But we're going to be eyeing the Jets as the last touchdown score, kind of similar to what we did last week at the Raiders. It didn't come through, but just the same thought process, right? We expect the Jets to probably be playing from behind all game. It's going to be they're going to have to throw the ball, and look, they've got some folks that are going to have to step into some wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, and beyond roles that aren't accustomed to it. So without further ado, let me pull up the FanDuel odds screen so we could kind of just talk through some of these. But there are a few intriguing names I'm looking at, and just give me a second.
I'm sure we're going to have some similar ideas on this one. So,
okay. It is up. Oh, hold on. Okay. Oh, it's 12.5 now. Moved off 13. Wow. A little late steam for the Jets, maybe.
I got them at 13.5 yesterday. I went ahead and did it. That's a lot of points for this game.
Yeah, look, as you could see, like honestly, like most of the Jets guys, like the anytime odds for them are so high. Like Tyler Johnson's their wide receiver 1 tonight, and he's 7-1 to score. They literally suck at throwing the football. I actually do not hate
that. Breece Hall's what, plus 180, and he's our highest guy.
Yeah, he's plus 180, and he's probably going to get literally 80% of their touches tonight. Okay, so look, first touch, who's going to score first? It's probably going to be a Patriot. If I had to guess, it'd probably be like Diggs. We'll actually touch on him more. As I said, I kind of want to look at the last touchdown market, and then you could tell me who you like. But two guys that kind of caught my eye were Arian Smith and A.D. Mitchell. Two guys that could just easily separate. And as we said, the Jets are going to just be kind of chucking the ball down the field, I would assume, if they are down in a negative game script. So it's going to probably be against some backups for the Patriots secondary. And both of these guys have speed, can separate. So just kind of banking on just like a busted coverage and just wide open Arian Smith or A.D. Mitchell touchdown. And I have to imagine not a lot of America is going to be betting on either of these to score. So if they do cash at the last touchdown, I think you are probably looking at some fairly decent value in those bonus bets.
No, I would agree, Casey. Just in this same note, I was looking at actually the two similar guys. I wasn't looking at A.D. Mitchell, but I was looking at Arian Smith and Isaiah Davis. They're both, like you said, both plus 900. I could see a late game script where the Jets get a late touchdown. Isaiah Davis is in for Breece Hall at that point. It's just not worth having Breece in the game late in the fourth quarter. Some garbage time, give them the ball, they score. Gets a couple carries here and there. But I'm same thing. Arian Smith. I'm on potentially on Arian Smith as well. I'm literally deciding right now as we speak which of the two I'm going to take for this promo.
Maybe we should just take both and we could split it.
Yeah.
If you're watching this and you're from the FanDuel team, maybe don't pretend like we never said that. We'll discuss it. I could get behind those two. I like Isaiah Davis. I kind of just I'm biased towards A.D. Mitchell. I kind of want to just see him do well, but I don't even know if he'll be active, honestly. Based on Aaron Glenn's comments, he still said he needed like another week to learn the playbook. If I recall, he said on Monday or Tuesday in his press conference. So we'll see if he is active. I mean, I would have to. He might be. I don't know how much I'll play. Like they literally just acquired him 8 days ago. So we'll see what happens. But I could get behind Arian Smith and Isaiah Davis. I think both at 9-1. One, even if they cash that's pretty juicy. And two, if they are the last touchdown scorer, again, you're going to probably be getting a pretty payout on the bonus bets.
I would assume so as well. Definitely, I would guess a couple $100 here. There's actually, if you're curious too, there's actually a guy I follow on X. It's Ditka Bets, and he usually drops a model a little bit closer to game time with the projections on what he thinks that the bonus bet will be based on the odds across the board, with the amount of people taking it. So it's a fairly close projection. It's not right on track every week, but it gives you a good estimate of where you're betting, you can kind of see like what your expected bonus bet might be if it does hit. So just a potential good follow to give you a little bit more insight into where you want to put your bonus bet. I mean, where you want to put your bet.
You said it was Ditka Bets, as in like Mike Ditka, like Iron
Yeah,
Mike.
the ad is the ad is meme Ditka.
Interesting. Okay, so if you're listening at home, highly recommend you take Ryan's advice. Go check out this guy's profile, and see what he has in store prior to tonight's kickoff. As Mike Ditka once said in Kicking and Screaming, every good thing in life starts with a brat. Wise words from a decent man. But
I will say too, Casey, for the crowd, if you are looking for a little bit of someone in the lower echelon, I think Kyle Williams right now is plus 400 for the Patriots. I know he scored a long touchdown last week. The Pats are
one
without
catch for
Kayshon.
72 yards last week.
Yep, they're without Kayshon Boutte. I don't know if he played this past Sunday, but he's out tonight. So I think Kyle Williams steps in as their like sort of wide receiver two here, but he's not. I don't know if he'll be more active, but like we said last week, for 72 yards and a touchdown. But he's a plus 400 is he's a little bit lower at some places across the board. So it's a decent touchdown score odds. And it's also like kind of middle of the pack if you don't want to go, as risky as us and go to like a plus 900 sort of guy.
Super simple. Look, this is just one of those promos that have very, very low risk, right? You can use ProfitDuel to obviously minimize your risk at all entirely and even make a couple cents, or you could lose a couple cents. But there's just the upside return here for one of these to just kind of cash can be so significant. So if you're not playing this promo every week on FanDuel, they sometimes have it on DraftKings. They have it on DraftKings for the NBA every night. Highly recommend you do this. It is just, again, such a low risk, high reward potential promo. You have to wager $5. Okay, it's not that bad.
If you have access to like ProfitX or NoVig or Sport Trade in one of your states too, you can just hedge. You can pretty much hedge any bet, and you literally it's almost a risk-free shot at any point here. So whatever, if you want to risk the $5, go right ahead. But if you don't, there's options for you to hedge this and make it a risk-free opportunity for yourself.
Literally every single week, you could come into the ProfitDuel Dutch Matcher, see which touchdown scorers allow you to basically free roll this promo, because you'll be able to bet the no at all those prediction markets and exchanges. So highly recommend you do that. Again, it could be very lucrative. Before we get into tonight's game even further, we actually have a comment. Love how easy ProfitDuel made utilizing the Fanatics risk-free. Well, actually, we'll get to this comment in a bit, but thank you. The Jets are playing the Pats tonight. The Jets are 12.5-point dogs at the moment. I don't love a side in this game at all. I think that last week's win over the Browns was as phony as it gets. They had 2 special team return touchdowns, and the Jets faced Dylan Gabriel, who is legitimately one of the worst starting quarterbacks I have seen in a very, very long time. And unfortunately, the Jets are just kind of decimated by injuries tonight. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we could just see kind of improvement from the team that we've seen the last couple of weeks. I've liked their physicality. I've liked that they've cut down on the penalties a lot. Hopefully, we just continue to see the young guys blossom. But the Jets will be without A.Z. Thomas, their cornerback too. They'll be without Garrett Wilson. They're basically without any quarterback unless they make a change to Tyrod. So this game's very difficult to handicap from a biased perspective because I don't want to bet on the Pats, but I guess if I were to bet, I'd probably take them, but I'm going to sit on my hands. But Ryan, Since 2000, this is the 14th time the Patriots are a double-digit favorite versus the Jets. Since the Jets beat the Pats at home in the 2010 playoffs in Foxborough, the Pats are a ridiculous 13-1 at home against the Jets. But what's funny enough is that lone loss was actually Bill Belichick's last game as Patriots head coach. And I have a question for you, a trivia one. Do you know who the last Jets quarterback to win on the road in prime time was?
Went on the road in prime time. I'm gonna guess Ryan Fitzpatrick, but I think that's wrong.
No. It is Sam Darnold in his first ever NFL start in Detroit in 2018 in week 1.
Jeez. So we're not winning tonight, you're telling me.
Look, as much as I would love to see the Jets pull the upset, I find it very difficult for it to happen. But look, crazier things have happened. Maybe Tanner Engstrand opens up the playbook. Maybe Justin Fields finally lets it rip. But maybe we see some Tyrod. Who knows? Look, as I said earlier, hopefully we just kind of see a good game. I just want to see the Jets kind of compete in a divisional game. Just continue to stack the chips. Obviously, it just improve week over week. You don't need to win. Just keep it close. Lose by 7 to 10. Just keep it interesting. The primetime games have absolutely sucked the last few weeks. So I don't know.
It's been underdog heaven though in the last couple of weeks on Thursday night. So
yes, yeah. Look, if you want to take the Jets to pull the upset outright, head on over to the ProfitDuel odds screener and make sure you're getting yourself the best odds on the money line.
I don't know if we can go that far, but I like I said earlier in the show, I did take a stab at plus 13.5 yesterday. It looks like it's came off of 13.5 and it's down to 12.5 most places. So I feel semi decent about that. The number itself, because it's the Jets, I don't feel good about it.
So if I were to play anything, I was considering Diggs over yards because this is a very man-heavy Jets defense, and they are now without Sauce Gardner. And Diggs has posted a much better target share against man coverage versus zone this season. And if you haven't been watching this season at all, Stephon Diggs is still really, really damn good. He gets open at will. So I was considering this over 56.5 yards. I don't mind it. I might play it as we kind of leave the stream. So kind of eyeing that. If I wanted to play another prop, I actually don't mind Breece Hall over 16.5 receiving yards. As we said, Jets are big dogs. They're without Garrett Wilson, their best playmaker. They're going to be playing from behind all night. They're going to have to throw the ball to someone. They're going to be a check down Charlie, if I do imagine. The Pats are vulnerable to running backs beating them in there. They have been all year, and Breece should have plenty of chances tonight to kind of get past this number. So I don't mind this also.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have a couple plays that I am eyeing for this ugly game, and it's kind of all Jets related actually. I don't know if you want to pop off the off the screen, but
Tell me where to go.
No, it's I actually the first one that I was eyeing is I took Mason Taylor over 4.5 receptions, and I think if you can get that plus like 115 or 120 or better, it's a good spot. Like we just said, it should be check down Charlie tonight when they do throw. And he's really the only experienced guy that the Jets have at receiver, which is crazy to say experienced guy as a rookie who has not that many catches in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he probably has like 25 receptions on the year, if that.
Like I'm off the top of my head, he probably of all their active receivers tonight, he probably has the second most career catches behind Tyler Johnson, if I had to guess off the top of my head.
It's insane. But if you can get that at plus 120, plus 115 or plus 120 or better, I think that's a good one to take a stab at. Like we just said, Fields is gonna have to throw the ball to someone. Do I think he's gonna drive it down the field? Absolutely not. So I would look that it's gonna be check downs to him. Go ahead.
It would be hilarious if it just came out, started slinging the ball down the field. I would love to see that, but yeah, as you said, I don't envision that happening until they're just down probably 21 points.
No, absolutely, absolutely. The stat I just saw, I had like some real the sports app posted yesterday too, and it was just like they were talking about like how bad the Bengals defense must be because Fields just went 45 passing yards, 46 passing yards, 244 against the Bengals defense, then 54 again. So like it's just insane. I don't think I've seen a passing prop open for a quarterback at like 100 under 130 yards in my entirety of me betting. Maybe I've just missed that, but
I actually
and
saw a friend of mine, Connor Allen, who's a great follow on Twitter. Shout out to him. I actually saw his tweet just now, basically outlining what you just said, and I think he said that the last quarterback he can remember seeing with a yardage prop this low was Malik Willis. It might have been last year, or I don't know, a few years ago. Yeah, he's in that territory. But I think they're also probably baking in that he's not going to play the full game. Like, there's a high chance he does get benched early on
yeah,
in this game.
no, of course. No, I know I mean they definitely are taking that in. I mean the odds didn't May's odds have been out basically all week, and I think BetMGM posted first yesterday. Fields passing yards, and everyone has kind of followed this morning and whatnot. Obviously Aaron Glenn likes to do the thing where he doesn't announce the starting quarterback. I think we're 2-0 since he hasn't announced the starting quarterback though.
Maybe we'll make it 3. Look, I'll be watching the game with my buddies tonight who are all Jets fans. So we'll knock a few drinks back. Just hopefully have a good time, watch a good game. That's all we want. But before we get into the other games of the week, we have a comment, and I appreciate this comment. So thank you very much. From It's Me Rasco. Love how easy ProfitDuel has made utilizing the Fanatics risk-free $2,000 offer, the best welcome offer I've seen by far. Thank you It's Me Rasco. That's what we're striving to do. We're striving to help people make money, turn those sportsbook and casino promotions into guaranteed profits. And with this specific offer from Fanatics, you could turn this into an easy $1,000 plus. So look, testimonials, folks. It works. Ryan can speak to it. I could speak to it. We've all made a bunch of money turning sportsbook and casino promotions into real cash using ProfitDuel. So if you haven't checked us out by now, I highly recommend you do. And a little birdie told me that there's going to be some great Black Friday sales. So maybe keep your eye on that next week. But check out ProfitDuel. Shameless plug. We're in the business of helping people make money. And look, the cost of living has never been higher. It's increasing. It's just great passive income. So check us out. Rasco, I don't actually know this person, can speak to it. Hit us up. We're happy to detail more on how we could help you make money. But all right, Ryan, without further ado.
I got one more before we leave, Casey.
Okay.
One more thing.
Well, we're not leaving.
If you not leaving, but before we go into our next segment, if you can get it, I just bet this. I don't. My limits on BetMGM are very very tiny. Arian Smith has his receiving yards over at 7.5 on BetMGM. It's somewhere between 11 and 12 everywhere else. So I took a stab at that. Like we said, someone's got to catch. I think he could do this in one catch. He might only get 9 yards, but
look, I'm pulling it up as we speak here.
this is 7.5. That's too low.
This is bad streaming. I apologize for the folks at home. I'm gonna have to deposit here. So Ryan, you're gonna have to run the show for a bit. Hold on. I have to get the 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5. Vandals at 12.5. DraftKings at 10.5. 7. He might only get one catch, but he had a hit. What I think he went over that last week. He had a nice catch and run for like 15 yards.
And he laid wood on a guy, which was encouraging to see, considering he weighs about 175 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, absolutely. So listen, this could all I took 2 receiving props in this game. This could all backfire, and the Jets could go for again 25 passing yards, and we look like idiots on the stream here. But I gotta take a stab that someone's gonna catch the ball for the Jets tonight. And if we can get some good numbers, even better here. I did look too, Casey. I did look too. The Mason Taylor's 30 career receptions, and that is second on the team, and Breece Hall has the next most receptions on the team currently with 22. So we have we have our third receiver has Tyler Johnson has 10 receptions on the year. So our leading wide receiver this week has 10 receptions on the entire season for the Jets. It's insane.
This app is horrible. Like, no wonder why I never use this. Like, holy
Yeah,
shit,
it's not great.
my language. Like, this actually just took me like 10 minutes to find. All right,
It's
hold
all the
on.
way at the bottom. They hide it. The passing
Yeah,
yards over. They like you to go for the whatever the
the milestone markers.
bands. Yep.
All right, hold on. I'm just making sure. I'm checking every book. PPH too. Oh, not on old PPH today.
Yeah, but that's
What about
the
on
one I saw.
Profit?
There.
Or no vig? Do you have that at the
Give me
moment?
one second. Let me take a peek. No vig, it is over under is 12 and a half minus 120 minus 120. Profit
Mhm.
is at 10 and a half. Same deal.
All right. The issue is I just have to get this money into the account, and that's
They're a pain in the ass. I mean, they usually only let
and
me get
you
like
know what the worst part is? I'm going to deposit right now, and I'm going to be sent to the trader and probably get like $15 down max after I deposit, and then I won't be able to withdraw the money I deposited because I cannot play through it.
You can use ProfitDuel to make a match bet and get through it for some sort of mainline opportunity there.
Oh my god, ridiculous.
But yeah, those are my two stabs. I'm on some Jets players. I don't the Jets. I don't know what's going to happen. The sad thing is about this game tonight and the Patriots this year is we went through having to deal with the best players of all time, one of the best coaches of all time, and in the division, and they've left and somehow rebuilt and now have the favorite to win the MVP again at quarterback and are again atop the AFC East before the Jets have even made the playoffs. They've transitioned from a full the best quarterback of all time to another MVP candidate and another coach, and the Jets are still at the bottom of the barrel. It's we live in hell with the Patriots, man.
I love Drake May. I love Drake May coming out of college. I really wanted the Giants to trade for him because I did not want him to be in this division and face him 2 times a year because of what we've seen. But look, that's all to say. Like, if you hit on your quarterback, it makes everything else that much simpler. They also have a great coach in Mike Vrabel, who I begged the Jets to hire when they should have fired Saleh after 2023 and didn't, when they probably could have. All right, I'm in on Arian Smith. I somehow got sent to the trader and actually was able to get $100 down.
Look at you. Yeah, 7.5. That seems like a good number. Again, like we said, we might come back and look like idiots when Fields throws for 40 yards again. But hopefully, if that's the case, and it's a bad first half, Tyrod's in there and he gets to sling it a little bit. And
by the way,
we got no receptions.
I'm also not opposed. Again, they should be throwing a lot. Like, look, I don't know if this probably won't hit, right? But I will say there's probably I'll look into this in a bit, but I'm sure there's an even better opportunity to possibly middle and get yourself some good value, especially as we get closer to game time and kind of this prop probably moves up at some books. But 2, I'd be curious to look at one of those FanDuel parlays where you kind of go under receptions, over yards, and a touchdown.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
little negative correlation one.
Yeah, a little negative correlation one, because he's the type of guy that, as we said earlier, he's fast as hell. Could just be one deep shot, and that could be his only reception on the game.
I will say, Casey, the line just moved to 8.5 too. So you're sharp right there. You just moved the line on us.
Look at that. BetMGM respects my action. I mean, that is ridiculous. That they just moved that line a full yard after I placed that bet and after you did. So we're moving markets here on the ProfitDuel stream. That's what we're doing. I'm not sharp in the slightest bit, but hey, it seems like I can move a market. It doesn't take much though on BetMGM. All right, where's player total receptions? Am I sharing my screen? No, I'm not. Sorry.
No, you are not.
Okay.
I'm trying to build it right now for you.
There. Okay. Arian Smith.
Under 1.5. It's literally just his line is literally 1.5. So it would have to be the one. The
One guy.
Hey, it builds to a touchdown and under 1.5 builds to over 33 to 1 on FanDuel, it looks like. I didn't add in the yards yet.
I got 49 to 1.
I didn't add in yards yet. That was just with the receptions.
It's not bad. I mean,
Hey, it might be a fun one.
circle back.
I'm not seeing Arians receiving yards. Okay, here we go.
I don't see his alt receiving yards. Do you see that?
They might not. They might just not offer him an alt here.
I don't see that. Oh wait.
They might.
Oh, they do. They do. What if we went 40 plus?
I would just stay. Yeah, it's a lot.
40 is a lot.
Yeah, you want to go 40 plus? Well, he's catching a bomb for you.
All right, maybe 25. All right, how about 20? 15. 5,200, not bad. I like this isn't terrible.
No, it's an interesting one. I mean, just if you look at like
thoughts on that, just for the folks at home, we're just trying to show you here. Uncorrelated parlays, you could get some good odds on FanDuel, but you might get limited real quick. But all right, let's move on. We got a pretty decent slate. Who is your chalk play of the week?
For me this week, I'm actually going to the Miami Dolphins, and I think that game is away. Do you have them as well?
But we'll both.
You see, you let me go first this time, and this is what happens. You should have kept the cadence from last week.
I'll share my underdog first, but go on.
I can switch off too. I have two in my head. So, but I'll start. My favorite of the week is the Miami Dolphins. Where is that game again?
Madrid.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, because Terry McLaurin's just traveling the team to take his girl on vacation because he's not play. Talk about someone who got the bag in the offseason and has just decided to just no longer play football. But the Commanders are decimated. I think Mike McDaniel's kind of coaching for his job. The offense for the Dolphins has looked a little bit better of late. A-Chain and Waddle seem to be kind of forces on offense for them. They traded away some of their premier defenders, but that's fine. They're looking to like rebuild a little bit, but McDaniel's coaching for his job. The Commanders are decimated. Their defense looks horrible. Mariota's now at the helm. They cannot run the football at all. Luke McCaffrey's out. Terry McLaurin's out. They have a glorified running back in Deebo Samuel at wide receiver as their main option. So I think this one's the Dolphins. I would play this anywhere. I think I got it at -136. I'd play it anywhere up to -145. If it moves higher than that, I would probably stay away. But I think it's a 2.5, 3-point spread. But that's where I'm at. The Dolphins are my favorite this week.
I do not hate it at all. I also like the Dolphins -2.5. Start your Sunday early. Roll with the Dolphins against the Commies in Spain. Both defenses absolutely stink, but the Commies are abhorrent. They're completely decimated by injuries. They're aging and have lost 5 straight. They're allowing an average of almost 36 points per game during that stretch. It's so bad that head coach Dan Quinn is actually taking over play calling duties on the defensive side of the ball. Also, the Dolphins, while not great this season, they have looked a little bit better as of late on defense. In their last 5 games, they rank 9th in defensive success rate. I just think Mike McDaniel is going to be able to have his way with this Commanders defense, which is horrible. And it's a very slow defense that just got torched by Jameson Williams, who is one of the fastest guys in the NFL. So it's going to be interesting to see how they now deal with speedsters and Jalen Waddle and Devon A-Chain. So I just don't see it, how the Commanders defense can contain the Dolphins offense and that speed. But I guess we're going to find out on Sunday when the rubber meets the road in Spain.
I mean, if the Dolphins don't win this game, I'm going to be just really mad at the Dolphins because last week I was my survivor pool is down to 4 people and I had the Bills in survivor because I saved them and I had they were -9.5. And the other 3 people actually had the Broncos on Thursday night. So about halfway through the Thursday night game, I thought that I was going to potentially walk away with the money this week. And instead it turned out I'm now officially out a survivor. So that's the Dolphins for you. So if they bite me in the ass 2 weeks, they're gonna be on my shit list.
That's tough. Taking divisional games in Survivor in general is just always tough.
Yeah.
Who who did you have left that you were also considering before you took the Bills?
I honestly was only considering the Bills because I thought a lot of people were I had the Bills and I thought a lot of people were going to be on the Broncos, which I was right. So I was hoping that I was just hoping that they would lose that Thursday night game and I would get home kind of scot-free, and it did not work out. So I truthfully didn't even consider taking anyone else at that point.
I hear you. I just wanted to look at one more thing on BetMGM, but I don't love that. Tyler Johnson last week, his over under was 9.5, and it's doubled this week, and he didn't have a single catch last week. But obviously, it's doubled because Garrett Wilson's now out, and he's de facto number one wide receiver. So I wanted to look at that.
Garrett Wilson didn't have a catch last week either. So
No, but he also got injured though. But not
yeah,
not many Jets. What they have 55 passing yards and 42 of them came on a screen.
Yep. It was all on that. Most of them were on that Brees Hall screen.
Who knows? Maybe they surprise us and I come out slinging. All right, since I gave you your chalk play of the week play first, I can't let you steal my thunder here. My underdog of the week. I know they are on the road, but give me the Seahawks at +3.5. I think they're a live dog here. In my opinion, these are the best two teams in the NFC. But I'm still going to grab the points with Seattle at the Rams. Sam Darnold gets a shot at some mild revenge against a team that made him see ghosts last postseason, and the matchup edges quietly tilt Seattle's way if they lean into their strengths. The Seahawks rank first in EPA per dropback, but 27th in EPA per rush. But yet, for some whatever reason, they are very run heavy on early downs. So if they could kind of swap that and just lean into passing early, I think it will benefit them greatly. Seattle is also an elite play action offense. And even though the Rams boast the top 3 defense, Ryan, this is where they're at least somewhat beatable. Seattle is number 1 in EPA per play off play action, and LA just sits 14th in EPA per play allowed against it. So could exploit a weakness there. And also, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up that Mike McDonald and the Seahawks on the road are absolutely dominant. Seattle is an absurd 11-1 straight up and 8-3 against the spread away from home under Mike McDonald. So in a game I expect that will be decided by either a field goal or 2-point conversion, I'm happy taking the 3.5 here.
I like it too. I mean, what Cooper Cup's going back against them, the JSN is just an absolute beast for them. It's insane what he's become. This sort of goes in line kind of with what you think here. I actually took a little stab at Matt Stafford under 2.5 passing touchdowns. So seemingly the Seahawks will be winning if Matt Stafford is not throwing for touchdowns, in my opinion. So I think we're a little bit on the same side here. That was not my underdog, so I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't steal my thunder there as well. But yeah, no, I like it. I'll probably stay away from that one. But the Seahawks are a damn good team, and so are the Rams. It should be a fun game.
I think they're honestly the 2 best teams in the NFL, if you want my honest opinion. We'll see what happens. Who's your dog of the week?
My dog of the week is this one, a team we've talked about a lot, and I think I've backed a ton. It's not the Saints. We go to the Saints a lot, but mine is the Chicago Bears. They are +2.5 or +3 on the road in Minnesota. I went and took them. I took them money line. I think I got it at +143. I would go anything above like +140 if you can get that somewhere. I think that's a good price for the Bears money line this week. Truthfully, I just think that I think that they're better than the Vikings. JJ McCarthy, or 9 as he wants to be called, is not a very good quarterback. The Bears seemingly pull out these wins at the end of games when they probably shouldn't have won. I think Caleb Williams has started to look a lot better. They've had some drops, but they're starting to settle in as an offense and as a team. And all their wins have come sort of against bad teams, but I think this is kind of I don't think that the Vikings are that good of a team either. So I think that should continue this week. And I like Caleb Williams to have a good game and to kind of have a little bit of a signature win here to push the Bears to what that put them to 7-3.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think so. I think I almost took a stab at the Bears over 8.5 wins after last week as well too. I that was one I was looking at. So that's where I'm at. I'm on the Bears to win in Minnesota this week.
interesting. I thought about it, but they are the Chicago Bears. While what are they 6-3, right? They are currently in the playoffs, but they have been very, very, very lucky. I believe they rank number one in the league in expected points added, generated from turnovers on defense, and they rank number one on offense for least amount of expected points lost on turnovers. They've kind of recovered every single fumble that has hit the ground, which is quite statistically impossible.
Opposite of the Jets.
I,
Opposite of the Jets. We don't
literally,
fall in any.
literally opposite of the Jets. Jets, it's week 11, and the Jets still don't even have an interception. I think they've one turnover. I don't know, but I don't know. At some point, variance will probably catch up to them, and they'll regress to the mean and probably play to a 500 brand of football, which they probably should be playing to. They're not this good, I will tell you that. I do think Caleb Williams is very good, though. His receivers have done him a pretty big disservice. If you watch last week's game, like he made some unbelievable plays extending, and his receivers just couldn't come down with a bunch, but they still pulled it out. But yeah, I'm just quickly looking. I think 1, 2, 3, like 4 of the Bears' 6 wins have been by like
Like
5
nothing
points
against
or
bad
less.
teams. Yeah,
They're
and like
just
against like 3-win teams.
yeah, like they're 5-1 in one score games. Like they,
Yeah, they
they've got
find a way
a
at the end. They're clutch. They're clutch.
I
Caleb
don't know
Williams
if
is
they're
clutch.
clutch, but look, the Chicago Bears, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So
It's just he's just one of those weird quarterbacks right now. Their sack rate has dropped a ton. They have their offensive line's been great besides the left tackle play. Caleb's been really elusive in the pocket. I think his like sack avoidance rate is the highest in the NFL. He just has to clean up his I think he throws the most uncatchable balls, but then he also has like his receivers drop also the second most balls in the NFL, I think, besides behind the Jaguars. Um, he just has to clean up his like uncatchable ball rate because he'll do all his movement and then he'll throw an absolute laser that it's amazing how he can even make some of those throws, but then he just misses other easy throws that look abysmal and you're like, what the heck's going on? It's like you're seeing two different players. But I this is where I think you like you said they've been lucky and not everything has gone their way and they've gotten lucky late in games. I think this game for me is where I think they kind of just put it all together and they play a complete game. So I'll happily obviously eat that if that doesn't come true. But this is a team that I was high on and a player I was high on at the beginning of the year and stuff has gone their way and I think they finally start to put it together at the end of the year here. I do think Ben Johnson is a going to end up being a very good hire for them.
I agree. Look, I want to see Caleb Williams succeed. I think could be a fantastic football player. All right. What's your best bet of the week before we go?
I'm also just confirming the Jets do have one fumble recovery, 0 interceptions. That's just absurd.
It's week 11. That is like statistically almost impossible.
Uh, it's nuts. But okay, we'll go to my best bet. My other chalk play, I'm going to kind of parlay this together, not literally, but I'm going to be on my other chalk play that before I stole from you would have been the Eagles money line at -140. I was going to be on them. Um, they're just one of those teams. I think they just always kind of find a way, and they'll figure it out more and more towards the end of the season. Their offense is kind of abysmal, but they win games. But my best bet from this game is I'm going to take David Montgomery over 37.5 rushing yards. I think you can get that number on DraftKings still. If you want to go, if you want it, I'm personally laddering it a little bit. 39.5. If you get it at plus odds, I think is also good. And then if you want to sprinkle all the way up to 50 plus and 70 plus, I think anything in those ranges over plus 180 and plus 450 are decent bets. I wouldn't go if they're lower than that, but that's 37.5 is the number that'd be my best bet. If you want to if you want a ladder for a couple extra bucks in there, I would go that way. But that's the number that I'm on for Sunday as my best bet of the weekend.
Okay. I don't mind it. I just want to just double check this here before I give this out. This is disgusting. I had an original best bet, but it doesn't seem like this player will be playing. So give me
Oh, jeez.
1 second.
You're fine. I'm on this little trend this weekend, Casey, of betting on very bad football teams in their first half overs. I took the first half over for the Browns, the Titans, and the Jets. So those are just three. I know, absurd. I think they're all 6.5 points. So we'll see how that turns out for me. But that's one of the things that I'm also on this weekend. It's just three very bad football teams that don't score a lot of points.
No, I think the Jets have like one first quarter touchdown all year, actually.
They don't do a lot of touchdowns in
No.
general. So
Okay. I don't even know if this is the best number because I'm just pivoting here live.
just let me know. I can find out.
We're going to eat a W this week. I'm taking Jameis Winston over 228.5 passing yards because I just think he's going to let it rip. They are 7.5 point underdogs to the Packers. They're going to be playing in a negative game script. I assume they're going to be down all game. They don't have much of a running game without Cam Scatterbo. So I just expect them to throw it all over the damn football field. Give me Jameis, baby. Just sling it. 230 he can't get to? You kidding me? The guy averages like 290 passing yards a game in which he starts. I'm going to take it blindly and just run with it. That's it.
Yeah, he's got across the board. It's like between 229 and a half and 233 and a half. Jameis is just a fun quarterback. I'm happy that he's going to be out there playing football again on Sunday.
228.5 on FanDuel, folks. Jameis Winston over 228.5 passing yards. That is my best bet of the week. I can't believe I'm rolling with that. But hey, I had to pivot
He's
live.
fun, man. I wanted the Jets to maybe take a stab at him just so the football games were hectic and fun before the season. But yeah, he's fun. He should be out there slinging it. So at the very least, maybe it won't turn into tons of yards, but it's good. He's gonna have a lot of attempts for sure.
I will tell you one thing. He's going to say F it and someone's down.
Yeah.
Someone's down there somewhere and just throw it.
Yeah, he'll be trying.
He's box office. But any parting words before we go?
I guess just the last one. I was going to give one little tidbit about the Monday night game. So we touch on that. I think I took the Monday Night Football first half. I took over 2.5 TDs in the first half from the Cowboys and the Raiders, two just horrible defenses. So that's just my one tidbit for the Monday night game. Where I'm at, I think I'm probably going to go over 2.5 touchdowns in the first half, and I'll probably end up taking the total number of touchdowns in the game as well. There, I think that's going to be a high scoring one. You could obviously pivot to the total. I'm sticking to the touchdown market here because I think it's not going to be a field goal. I think it's going to be they're going to find the end zone.
Best of luck on your Monday Night Football bet. I will be not betting on anything because I will be at the Jonas Brothers concert in Newark, New Jersey. So not my call. I have to make the lady happy. But yeah, that's where I'll be on Monday night. So
that'll be fun. I watched I was at when they performed at halftime of the Devils game when it was at MetLife last year, freezing cold outside.
I think I know like 2 songs, so it should be interesting. Maybe I'll get it up on ESPN Plus while we're at the concert. But yeah. But that's it. I hope everyone enjoys Week 11. Cool. Hope the Jets can keep it close tonight. Hope Arian Smith can get 8 yards, hard-fought yards. And everyone have a great weekend. Be safe. Be happy. Be healthy.
We should get an Aaron Judge MVP today too, right? Just our last little tidbit. Just
we should get an
saving grace for the Yankees. We should. But that's my parting words. We should get to see Aaron Judge win another MVP tonight, and that's my parting words. Nothing else from me.
We should get Aaron Judge's 3rd AL MVP, and we probably will be shopping at the bargain basement all offseason to support him. So, yeah. All right. That's great. I'm glad we had the chance to chat. Again, highly recommend you keep your eye out on some great Black Friday specials that will be coming down the pipeline soon. Until next week, ciao.